Gamecock Chatter with Jacksonville State sophomore defensive end Joseph Roberts. He transferred here for the Gamecocks, second year in the program, and I guess a good move for you, man. You come in here in 15 and or 14, and or let me back up. You came in 15, I should say, and you have to go to Frisco and everything, and a good start so far this season.
No doubt. It's one thing I knew when I came to Jacksonville State is the level of intensity and the way they play is you're going to play in a winning division in class here, and you're going to play for rings, and you're going to go as far as we did last year, and that's one thing that, man, really stuck out Jacksonville State.
You originally signed at UAB, and coming here, you knew about the program. You had been recruited by, I guess, Coach Gross. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When Bill Clark was here, he recruited me, and he went to UAB and still had my spot open at UAB if I wanted to come here, and Coach Gross was, we still want you here too, and chose UAB at first and didn't work out, stayed there for a little over a semester, and luckily Coach Gross still wanted me here, so
worked out pretty good, hasn't it?
It's worked out great. I've enjoyed every second of being here.
Well, you got a lot of playing time last year, but you're out there with guys like Chris Landrum and LaMichael Fanning when he wasn't hurt last year, and then Devontae Sigler as well, but especially with Landrum playing that same spot and a guy now in the NFL. Did you learn some things from him during that time?
No doubt, and that's one thing that I think really helped me grow from last year to this year is being under him and having our coach Gentry, and then having a Chris Landrum that even if Coach Gentry might have not paid attention to that play or was working with somebody else, you had a Chris Landrum that knows football and can sit there and teach you the things you did right and wrong in that play.
You brought up Coach Gentry, so you've opened that door. Very animated and very emotional. What's it like playing for him?
It's one of those things that he gets everybody's attention, and he'll scream and he'll yell, and he's one of those guys where he says what's on his mind right then and no consequences about it, but he's also one of those guys that gets everybody ready for practice and games, and really is the guy that impacts the intensity every day and brings the energy that we need.
All right. You were telling me one of your ears, you can't hear, you only have partial hearing out of that one side. So you got a built-in excuse if he yells at you. You don't hear him all the time, right?
No doubt, no doubt. And it's one of those things where I'm in the game and I know the players are yelling at me and Coach Gentry's yelling at me. Well, I can't hear it. I mean, I can't hear a guy in my right ear. So if you're on that side and they're waving their arms, they're screaming, they're yelling, he might be telling me to widen out, and I'm sitting there nodding my head, kind of getting ready for the play, not really paying attention, and didn't know he's yelling at me. Well, he'll call me off that next play, start yelling at me. Did you not hear what I was saying? Not really. And it wasn't selective hearing this time either. I just really couldn't hear you on the field. But, yeah, it's one thing that does affect me sometimes, and it's the hearing part of it. So I really got to look.
At practice, is it selective hearing sometimes?
It depends. I mean, if I did a good play, I always look at Coach Gentry to see him give me a high five or something. If I did bad, I'll turn my right ear toward him, so I don't really have to hear it as much. But, I try to pay attention as much as I can when he's yelling at me. But
the position you play, obviously you're going after the quarterback most of the time. Are you dropping back into to pass coverage at times too with that spot?
Well, the thing is, with me and Darius, we both can play end and bandit. We both know the plays and can do both. So we might be out on the field, and I'll be end one play, and he'll be like, hey, I'm doing really good on this side. Let me stay over here. You play on that side, then I'll play bandit. And there'll be a drop call where I will drop into coverage and can get that done too as well.
Well, you hadn't got a pick yet, but you do have quarterback sack. So what's the greatest rush, getting the quarterback, or if you get a pick, will that be a greater rush?
I mean, I'd probably say the pick. Definitely taking a pick to the house, and that's one thing that Darius did the year before I got here to get him to the playoffs, correct? And that's one thing where I think that you couldn't take back. I mean, sacks, it's one of those things that come and go, and you want to get those and you expect to get those at the position you're at. To have a pick, though, is an exciting moment. All
right, getting ready to go play Liberty this weekend in the next one, and where it is, it'll be I guess an exciting environment to play in. Evidently the crowd's really into it up there. So as a player, how does that affect you in going through a contest?
I guess the same way it affects us when we're at home. We have one of the best FCS crowds in the state, and really in the nation. And playing here, it excites us and pumps us up. But when you play at a place like that, and a place like the LSU, that they bring all their all their fans, and you get ready to play and you make a good play and you hear all those thousands of people quiet to where you can hear a pin drop, that's when you know you're playing good. And that's what you expect when you play at places like that.
Thanks, sir. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Gamecocks on the road to take on Liberty Saturday, a 6 o'clock kick. Join us on the Gamecock Sports Network. Our coverage gets started at 5 o'clock. Gamecock football.